encourages grace under pressure. The world breaks everyone, and afterward, some are strong at the broken places. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Happiness in intelligent people is the rarest thing I know. In order to write about life, first you must live it. There is no friend as loyal as a book. All you have to do is write one true sentence. Write the truest sentence that you know. But man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. When people talk, listen completely. Most people never listen. The most painful thing is losing yourself in the process of loving someone too much and forgetting that you are special too. Never confuse movement with action. We are all apprentices in a craft where no one ever becomes a master. Every man's life ends the same way. It is only the details of how he lived and how he died that distinguish one man from another. You can't get away from yourself by moving from one place to another. The first draft of anything is shit. I drink to make other people more interesting. There is no one thing that's true. It's all true. The only thing that could spoil a day was people. People were always the limiters of happiness, except for the very few that were as good as spring itself. I love sleep. My life has the tendency to fall apart when I'm awake, you know. I can't stand it to think my life is going so fast and I'm not really living it. I like to listen. I have learned a great deal from listening carefully. Most people never listen. The rain will stop, the night will end, the hurt will fade. Hope is never so lost that it can't be found. There is nothing to writing. All you do is sit down at a typewriter and bleed. Before you act, listen. Before you react, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you criticize, wait. Before you pray, forgive. Before you quit, try. It is good to have an end to journey toward, but it is the journey that matters in the end. Worrying a little bit every day, and in a lifetime you will lose a couple of years. If something is wrong, fix it if you can. But train yourself not to worrying. Worrying never fixes anything. Live the full life of the mind, exhilarated by new ideas, intoxicated by the romance of the unusual. Write hard and clear about what hurts. You know, it makes one feel rather good, deciding not to be a bitch. All thinking men are atheists. The world is a fine place and worth fighting for, and I hate very much to leave it. I never had to choose a subject. My subject rather chose me. You are so brave and quiet, I forget you are suffering. Always do sober what you said you do drunk. That will teach you to keep your mouth shut. All things truly wicked start from innocence. Write drunk, edit sober. If you are lucky enough to have lived in Paris as a young man, then wherever you go for the rest of your life, it stays with you, for Paris is a movable feast. It's none of their business that you have to learn how to write. Let them think you were born that way. My aim is to put down on paper what I see and what I feel in the best and simplest way. To hell with them. Nothing hurts if you don't let it. I'm not brave anymore, darling. I'm all broken. They've broken me. What is moral is what you feel good after, and what is immoral is what you feel bad after. An intelligent man is sometimes forced to be drunk to spend time with his fools. You can't get away from yourself by moving from one place to another. We are stronger in the places that we've been broken. As you get older, it is harder to have heroes, but it is sort of necessary. There are only 3 sports: bullfighting, motor racing, and mountaineering. All the rest are merely games. It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. Never mistake motion for action. The shortest answer is doing the thing. The shortest answer is doing the thing. You can't write well if you don't read. You have to read everything. You have to look at words as though you're seeing them for the first time. Wars are caused by undefended wealth. There is nothing else than now. There is neither yesterday, certainly, nor is there any tomorrow. How old must you be before you know that? When you love, you wish to do things for. You wish to sacrifice for. You wish to serve. The greatest gift is a passion for reading. Every day above earth is a good day. I'm not unfaithful, but I'll stray. I'm with you. No matter what else you have in your head, I'm with you and I love you. I know now that there is no one thing that is true. It is all true. Life isn't hard to manage when you've nothing to lose. In modern war, you will die like a dog for no good reason. The world is full of people who are trying to be somebody else. I can't stand it to think my life is going so fast and I'm not really living it. When you stop doing things for fun, you might as well be dead. No one you love is ever truly lost. Never sit at table when you can stand at the bar. I know war as few other men now living know it. And nothing to me is more revolting. Never go on trips with anyone you do not love. People were always the limiters of happiness except for the very few that were as good as spring itself. Being against evil doesn't make you good. You'll never get away from yourself. You'll always be yourself, no matter where you go. I'm tired of it, darling. I've had enough of it. I've had 20 years of fighting, and I never want another day of it. I'm all through. All good books have one thing in common. They are truer than if they had really happened. The real reason for not committing suicide is because you always know how swell life gets again after the hell is over. All modern American literature comes from one book by Mark Twain called Huckleberry Finn. A man's got to take a lot of punishment to write a really funny book. We have to get used to the idea that at the most important crossroads in our life there are no signs. You're not a moron. You're only a case of arrested development. You cannot stop trusting people in life, but you must be careful who you trust. The dignity of movement of an iceberg is due to only 1/9 of it being above water. Fear of death increases in exact proportion to increase in wealth. Good night, you princes of Maine, you kings of New England. When writing a novel, a writer should create living people. People, not characters. A character is a caricature.